Hello everybody, it is your Peacekeeper coming at you with the next video in our How to Play series for the US Destroyer line. This is the Nicholas class of destroyers. If I sound a little confused, that's because it's hard to really call this a class. In fact, if you go do a Wikipedia search right now for the Nicholas class of destroyers, you will be sorely disappointed to find out that it never existed. This is a perfect example of the wargaming staff choosing a paper ship to slot into slots for game balance reasons. And really the biggest reason for that is the ship that would actually slot into tier 5 is this ridiculous design of a ship, the Porter class of ship, which had dual mounted 5-inch 38 cal guns, which would just absolutely be ridiculous for tier 5 and would never be seen again in the DD line. So this is Wargaming's attempt to slot a ship into this slot without actually breaking the game. So where does the Nicholas class, in quotes, come from then? Well, it comes from a study, a 1919 destroyer leader design project intended to create a class of so-called heavy destroyers for fleet operations. The principal idea behind this was that these would be the destroyers that would protect fleets as they are traveling across oceans. They were supposed to have designs favorable to depth charge use and very good seakeeping as well as long-range fuel. Of course, none of that matters in this game, so it kind of plays out really interestingly. One of the biggest changes between this and the Clemson that preceded it is the upsizing of the guns from 4 inches to 5 inches. The A hull, no, not the swear word, of the Nicholas class of destroyers has 5 by 51 caliber guns. The upgraded B hull has 4 5-inch 38 caliber guns. And, well, what's there really to say? The 5-inch 51s, yeah, you got more of them. It would be in the 2-1-2 configuration. This section here, zoom in, this section right here would actually have the 5th gun in it. It gets replaced with anti-aircraft mounts. Now, I hear you saying, no, why would I ever want to get rid of a gun in favor of AA? Well, I've gone and done the calculations for you, and, well, the biggest difference is that the 5-inch 51s have a reload time of essentially 6 seconds. The 5-inch 38s have a reload time of basically 4 seconds. You can imagine how the differences add up when you factor in the rate of fire. In terms of damage per minute, the 5-inch 38s actually have a higher potential damage output because of that higher rate of fire. Also, interesting to note, because we are shooting the 5-inch 38, it gets the same shells that you will use for the rest of the US Destroyer line. And those would be the 127mm HE Mark 32 HE shell and the 127mm APSC Mark 38 armor-piercing shell, the latter of which was demonstrated in the public service announcement for the Destroyer AP and how it can sometimes be your friend in engagements. So, of interesting to note, you can use the AP in this ship, and it does work reasonably well. Now, let's talk about some of the big disadvantages to this. Because we are a so-called heavy destroyer, we do get more hit points than either the preceding or following ship. It comes out to be about 2,000 hit points or so. The firing range remains pretty standard, basically 11 kilometers. In terms of torpedoes, we do have the standard for now, 4 triple turrets, 2 on each side. Those are torpedo tube turrets, I guess. Better clarify that. They do have a 5.5 kilometer range and a 56 knot speed. So a little bit further range than we got in the Clemson. Really not much improvement in speed. In terms of anti-aircraft defense, yep, we're going to go ahead and close that. It exists. However, it's anti-aircraft on a destroyer. As you can imagine, it's not like trying to park aircraft over top of an Iowa or Montana. It exists. It will occasionally shoot down aircraft. Don't rely on it. Maneuverability, it does have a 37 knot top speed, a 600 meter turning circle radius, which is about 40 meters more than the previous ship and the following ship. Are you noticing a recurring theme here? It does have a 2.7 second rudder shift time, which isn't bad. In terms of detectability, it has a 6.5 kilometer surface detection range and a 3.1 kilometer air detection range. So for how big of a ship it is at least partially stealthy. However, one of the biggest disadvantages is right cheer. This is a giant billboard that just says shoot me. And this thing is an absolute pain to play. By far, this is one of the worst destroyers in the entire U.S. destroyer tree. I would rather take a Samson into a tier 6 fight than this thing. And that's because I can at least trust a Samson in a gunfight. The biggest problem with this ship is because we do have a 2-and-2 configuration of guns. When you are doing an advancing attack, this rear turret, the angles on it are limited. In fact, if this is your 90-degree angle, we probably can only get it to come at about the 75-ish degree range. So basically, in order to use the fourth turret, you have to be broadside to whatever it is you're shooting. And as you can see, the broadside of this is a nice, juicy target for all sorts of incoming fire. That means that if you are headed towards something, you have 3 usable turrets. If you're heading away from something, you still only have 3 usable turrets because the front turret can't go back that far back. So not only are we down a 5-inch gun mount, but we are also unable to use at least one of the guns without presenting the massive target that the side of the ship is. So as you can imagine, this ship is not a very good gunplay ship. It is not a very good torpedo boat, and it has absolutely screw all for AA. What does that make this? A pain. How big of a pain? I have been trying to get a decent battle video in which I do more than 30,000 damage in this thing for the better part of 6 days. Oh my goodness. I have no problem accomplishing that in a Clemson or a Wix or a Samson or a Farragut. Certainly not a Mahan, Benson, Fletcher, or Gearing. Even when I screw up, I do more damage than that. But anyway, I've finally managed to accomplish one. But before we get there, we are going to talk about our upgrades. We do finally get a 3rd slot. So the first one is always going to be Main Armament Mod 1. Why there are other modules for you to select when you're not a carrier, I don't know, but Main Armament Mod 1. And of course, at the last slot, we have Damage Control System of Mod 1 to reduce our chances of flooding and fire. In the middle slot, I'm choosing Aiming Systems Mod 1, which reduces maximum dispersion by 7%, increases the torpedo tube traverse speed, and a bunch of stuff with secondaries, which we don't have, so that's kind of useless. Our only other options are, if we wanted them, would be Main Battery Mod 2, which adds to your reload time, 5% to your reload time, but it does make your turrets turn faster. And then there is AA Guns Mod 2, which if you really want to turn this thing into a really crappy anti-aircraft gun platform, there is 20% to your AA range. In terms of consumables, you do have the option of selecting defensive fire AA if you wish to have the panic effect. Me personally would much rather have the engine boost, so I can either engage by charging and torp rushing somebody, or to get out of the crappy situations that this ship will get you into. Oh my. I cannot tell you how long, well no, I just did tell you how long it took me to get this battle video, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to show it to you anyway, so hang tight and we'll cue that right up, alright? In this battle you can see we have a 2-carrier battle with a number of destroyers on both sides, although we have the larger number of gunboats. I am perfectly okay with this setup. Normally I would be a little apprehensive, but that's alright. These carriers seem to be talented. That's sarcasm. No, really, that was sarcasm. No, they weren't bad. They weren't bad. They did their job, and you know, throughout the course of this battle, our carriers didn't do theirs, and kind of left me out to dry here. Now, usually on New Dawn, I like to go run up to A real quick, especially when I spawn on the north, because, well, who knows? Sometimes you can cap it, and sometimes you can't. This is definitely a case of sometimes you can't, and as brave Sir Robin would tell you, sometimes it's better just to run away. So, anyway, as I pointed out, I'm going to be demonstrating here in just a little bit the terrible gun arcs of the Nicholas with the 5-inch 38s. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, so you basically, yeah. And here we go. Okay, so there's all 4 guns coming into play. You can see you basically have to get broadside in order to do that. The upside is that you can bravely retreat and have better gun arcs. So this ship is definitely something that benefits from the retreating engagement style of gameplay versus the advancing engagement style of gameplay. Of course, we probably should have done a little bit more of that in this video, but, you know, hey, it is what it is, right? That's such a terrible phrase. I don't know why I just said that. I'm usually not too keen on using that phrase, but as you can see, our AA is, well, not on, and we are being detected. So let's go ahead and focus us some dive bombers and see if we can't leave our mark on society. Nope. You remember that AA that I was talking about? Yeah. Yeah. 20 minutes. Oh, hey, we got one! Woo! We shot down a tier 4 torpedo bomber. Ow. Jerks. Oh, well. Well, really not that much damage. What are these odd torpedoes that I'm seeing? Could it be a pair of kamikaze R's? Oh, there's one. There's 2. Oh, the other's a minikaze. Nah, well, same difference, really. We're going to launch some torpedoes as we bug the heck out of here because, let's face it, we have 0 support. And 0 support is not a way to combat anybody. So, like I said, this is definitely one of the cases in which retreating is the, you know, live to fight another day. Yep. We'll go ahead and retreat the heck out of here promptly while dodging some of the lovely, lovely fire and adding some of our own cadence to this. This poor kamikaze R, I mean, just, yeah. So one of the unfortunate parts about the 5-inch 38 cal guns is they have next to no shell velocity. And, well, when you have no shell velocity, things take a while to get there, and you'll see that the leads with the maximum zoom are quite impressive. We're talking about 3/4 of the aiming reticle just poof gone, and that's being generous. And we are going to go ahead and launch some other torpedoes just to make sure that these guys don't come and try and be a pain in my rear, literally. Of course, during this whole game, I don't think I landed a single torpedo hit. That seems to be about par for the course when you don't get to engage things within your torpedo range. All lovely 5.5 kilometers of it. Of course, I'm going to attempt to provide some anti-aircraft support to this Miyogi, which, oh, unfortunately for him, doesn't work. We're still detected, obviously, by aircraft, but the detection thing is saying that we've been detected actually by a ship. And I'm trying to figure out what ship that would be. Of course, it's going to end up being one of the kamikaze-minikaze combo. Yeah, so during this entire engagement, we've only shot down one aircraft. You can see basically how frequently they were flying over my position, and, well, oh my. Oh, the AA on these ships. So there's our kamikaze R that's been spotting me. Let's make him pay. Or at least attempt to make him pay. Ah! Missed me! How you like me now? Nope, I missed. Hey, we shot down 2 more aircraft, though. Woo! Apparently, Tier 4 aircraft, they quiver in fear as they see the sight of my mighty Nicholas. I'm just joking. Yeah. Nobody fears the Nicholas's AA. Pretty much, if these carriers had the balls to do it, they would crisscross me and put me out of my misery. But, oh, we're going to go ahead and take advantage of their lack of caring for my existence. We're going to pop some smoke. Hey, we got another aircraft. All right. There might be some use for this thing after all. We got this Kirov over here, and, well, frankly, I hate Russian ships, so we're going to shoot him. We're obviously going to sit and plink here for, well, however long the smoke is going to last. And we're going to bug on out of here because cruisers are painful. Got another aircraft. We're up to 6. We are just a menace. Cleveland's fear us when it comes to the AA department. We obviously out AA DPS just about everything in this game. More so, yes, fire. He's heating up. Can we make him burn some more? You know, he repaired that right away. That was kind of a... He's on fire! All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and punish him some more. This is my favorite part about some of these ships, is just the especially in the lower tiers, it's a lot of fun. Hey, another aircraft. It's a lot of fun to really sit here and punish cruisers that get a little overzealous. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get the kill on him. And that makes me sad. I was hoping that I could start him on fire before the smoke runs out, but as you can see, it feels like it's starting to dissipate here, and I don't really want to sit in here and be relatively slow moving as we go into this this next part of this battle. Now, you will notice that I stopped shooting at the Kirov, and that's because he was going out of my range, and I knew that there was no way that those shells were going to hit him. And so if I'm gonna shoot and expose myself, I want to go ahead and shoot at something that will give me some experience as well as some fires, maybe some damage. You know, we're at 25,000 damage here going into, you know, this, and hey, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Can we get some fires? RNGesus, can we get some fires? No joy. Of course not. Oh. Hey, look, a Wyoming. Yeah, it was there. Yep, there it is. Looks like our Kamikaze R is going after their Kamikaze R, who's going after my Kamikaze R, who's going after that Wyoming. That didn't make any sense. It didn't need to make any sense. At this point, I'm really kind of contemplating to myself, well, the torpedoes are out, so we'll just go ahead and engage him. Maybe we can get some damage off of him and milk him for what it's worth. Hey, we got a fire! Alright, it'll be short-lived. That's kind of unfortunate. And he's dead. Well, something has killed our Kamikaze R. I believe it's their Kamikaze R. let's go do what U.S. destroyers are supposed to do best. Now you'll notice they've taken out both of our aircraft carriers. Jerks. They're just jerks, guys. They went straight for our aircraft carriers, who potatoed it up right at the borderline. Really didn't move at all, and, well, the end result is that they failed to defend our carriers. Half our team is places. Turn off the AA quick! Quick! Whew! 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 With a tenth of a kilometer to spare. And look at this! I'm gonna be a sneaky little bastard and get on up in here, and maybe we'll go kill us a kamikaze R, maybe find an aircraft carrier. There's aircraft coming from up here, so that can only mean one thing. There must be an aircraft carrier around here. So detection! Oh, hey! Why, hello there, Mr. Kamikaze R! I hear you like 5-inch shells. I've decided to deliver some for you. And some jerk is going to steal a kill. That's alright. I didn't do all that damage to him anyway. Of course, now that we've got aircraft flying overhead, why not? Let's try and shoot down some more. We're at 7. Let's keep going. Hey, that one was damaged. Let's click on him. Nope. Oh! Hey, look what I found. Panning, panning, panning. So if there's one thing, if you haven't seen my video on Destroyer AP yet, and you for some odd reason weren't paying attention when I told you about how the 5-inch 38 AP works, well, you're about to get a lesson in citadel penetrations and quickly disappearing health. The Langley has next to no armor and can be citadeled from pretty much anything, with anything, from any range. Yep, there's one. We're just gonna keep on going. Hey, let's launch some torps, just in case. You know, I can't gun him down before they get there. That's alright with me. Hey, got another one. So we're at 2. 3! Look at his health just plummet. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8! And there we have it. Alright. Well, that's exciting. And my torpedoes would hit him had I not killed him anyway. So as you can see, those 5-inch 38 shells make short work of enemy ships that have no armor. So definitely use it. Take advantage of it. And because we're doing destroyer things, let's go ahead and do those destroyer things in a cap, because we need to cap things. Not that we are low on points. In fact, we're almost double their points, but I want to win and I want the capture point to help with my final score. Now, somewhere around here is their other carrier. I'm hell-bent on finding him. I'm also hell-bent on shooting down that last dive bomber because reason... Yep, but we'll go back to him. Hey! Got him! Alright. That's what I like to hear. Now, this Kirov is way out there. He's not ever going to be in gun engagement range. I mean, if I beelined it towards him, I might get there right before the end of the match. Frankly, don't care. There's a carrier around here. I'm going to go do destroyer things and hunt carriers, because that's what destroyers do. And is it bad that a part of me was really, really hoping that they would, like, kill off one of our ships so that this match didn't end? Because, look at this. Look at where these aircraft are coming from. Yeah, what? So you know he's right there. I mean, where? That's about 7 kilometers. 6 kilometers. So that tells me he's somewhere around the end of this thing, but unfortunately the game is going to end, and we are only going to have 52,701 damage. We will place first on our team, which is critical, because the Nicholas is terrible. Yep, 1,600 base XP. You can see the damage, don't really care, in the credits. Alright, this has been the latest video. I know it's not the damage that you were looking forward to. I know I said something about 60,000 damage, but it's close enough. And for a Nicholas, that's a pretty impressive game, all things considered. It's certainly not the best game I've ever had. It's certainly not the best game anybody's had. I'm sure there are people who are absolutely phenomenal at it, but I am not. I can't stand the dang thing. But this has been the latest video, the USS Nicholas. If you guys like what you're seeing, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Also, I wanted to apologize for the fact that I didn't get any videos out this weekend, either my Factorio Let's Play or any of the epic battle videos. I was gone racing all weekend, so I was not available to make any videos, but I'm going to try and get some double ones out there as we climb our way up to that 500 subscriber mark. So if you got some friends you think that these videos would help out, make sure they get links. Thank you everybody for watching. Hopefully here in the not too distant future we will get the Farragut video out and to you guys. Thank you for watching.